get asked 1,000 times a day to give time and money and resources to things. But this is something that really, truly can make a difference in across the board. And so even if you yourself are thinking, you know, this is my time, my life, this isn't something I can't volunteer for, we really, really implore you and really beg you to get out there and get the word out and talk to people about it. Ask people you think would be good at this, to tell them to contact somebody. And the voting process is huge. The vote is easy. If you go online, bluezonesproject.org, it takes 1 minute to do, and it's no obligation. It's basically just saying, I support my community. That's it. It doesn't mean you have to volunteer. It doesn't mean you have to do anything. And right now, that's a huge thing. So if that's the very least you could do, I would really ask you to do it. Sign yourself up, your spouse. Anybody over the age of 13 can vote. So grandkids, kids, whatever. That's a big thing right now. The second thing is the volunteers to come forward. So, you know, if you're hoping to be involved with this, or if you think this is something you would like to be involved with, that's the next thing. So we have to have tentative ideas, right, on the application. So come January 14th, we need to have tentative listing out where we have to provide office space for this, for the administrators that they're going to provide, which we've already kind of secured that, at least to a degree. And we have to have 12 people that are at least tentative initiative co-chairs. And when I look at the initiative co-chairs, the nice thing about that is they're co-chairs. So it's not like you sign up and you're stuck with yourself. It's going to be about bringing people together, hopefully doing things that you're really passionate about anyway. But if there ever was a time to step forward and make a difference, not only for yourself and to become involved and get a lot of personal reward out of that, but to really make a difference for our community, this is a big one. This is something that can have very long-lasting effects on this town. And quite honestly, they make this tough. They put the timeline short. They do it over the holidays. I'm sure their goal in that is to weed out towns that aren't committed. And so there's some committed towns out there that we're competing against. And it's something that when I hear 7%, you know, that's something that we need to see a big jump in. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's just about getting the word out. If you have a Facebook account, just put a link on there and ask your friends to do it. If you have a kid who likes to text, which all kids text today, they could probably text in like 2 seconds and vote. So, I mean, that's what we're really here tonight, is just really imploring people and asking for your help in either volunteering yourself or at least getting the word out about how important this is, because time is limited, and this is something that, you know, in the next month could be a giant step forward for Osage, or it could be an opportunity lost. And it's very important. And if you get on, I would encourage you getting on the website and seeing this. It's a very impressive project. With a lot of lofty goals that we're going to have help with along the way. It's going to be something that it's just going to be super exciting for our community if it gets done. It's amazing. But if we don't do it, it's not going to get done if we don't have the support. So support is big, and again, you know, if you're going to go with anything, this is something that you should at least take a look at. Yes, there's funds that are brought in, and we don't have an exact amount, correct? They will fund, Blue Cross Blue Shield, the state of Iowa, and a company called Healthways will fund these initiatives to a degree. And the way we understand that is, first of all, they fund it by providing the experts to do the work that would normally cost a lot of money to set up the planning, city planners, architects, landscape engineers, things like that, to come in and give their expertise. And then secondly, to provide help with funding to actually get the initiatives done in the form of funding directly from them and other grant opportunities. So that's big. So when we look at entities that benefit from that, certainly a big one is the community, the city of Osage itself. Another big one would be the school system, and the fact that they will give them guidance and support as well as funding to implement healthy ideas. You know, we all know school's overworked and underfunded, and so giving them ways to make changes to help their bottom line budget and also implement healthy choices. Employers in the community benefit greatly in the expertise of experts coming in, but also in implementing these things. It decreases their healthcare costs by a large amount. If you can decrease utilization of health insurance in any pool, rates go down. So that helps every individual who works for one of the 5 largest employers in our community. It helps those employers by lowering their bottom line, and that's pretty good. Plus, those people, when they're not utilizing insurance, that inherently means they're not as sick because they're not having as many visits. So that's another big thing. And then just the general demographic of a community changing. So the benefit to the community is not only people being healthier, that's great, but that's a side effect. People become healthier because they're becoming more engaged in their town. They're coming out in group organizations, having fun. They're helping other people. They're helping students. So the personal reward and the purpose you get in life is not only being healthier, but you're going to get many quality years added to your life based off of that. And just in general, having a higher quality of life, which as far as putting a dollar value on that, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much priceless. So those are some of the main things. I might even be forgetting some. Is there anything that I've missed? That way? Okay. So that's a great question, because basically that does boil down. If we're going to go through all this work to do this, and you're going to volunteer your valuable time and resources, that's a great question to ask. And so not only that, but just from a community standpoint, being recognized at a state level and at a national level, and the economic development that brings into community. So people moving in, projected wise, businesses moving in, that increases the vitality of our whole town too, as far as more choices for a consumer, more benefit to current business owners, the school benefits from families moving in, all those intangible things that are ripples in that pond that go from something like this. And there will be significant recognition based off of this if you're selected. So that's another huge thing.
I know your time is valuable, and we want to try and keep this brief tonight. So I want to ask those on the committee and the Power 9 if you could go out and find a spot on the table. There will be people out available to answer your questions as well. But if I could get everyone to kind of slowly head out to the lobby right now. And also, before I forget, all of our refreshments out in the lobby today have been provided by Osage Payless Foods and also Country Cupboard. So we want to thank them very much for helping us out with this. So we got some healthy choices out there. Go help yourself and sign up on the sheets. Thanks for coming.